Thank you very much for inviting me here. I want to start my story with a virus. When I was a small kid, I got infected. I got infected with the virus of music. I don't know if it was because I had very bad eyes and my parents didn't realize that until I was 6 years old because I was sitting close to the TV just like that. So probably I was listening. And then I was listening all the time, and then I started playing the piano when I was 10, and I played then when I was 14. I played the guitar, autodidact, and then I wanted to become a rock star, like a lot of people that are playing instruments and doing music. And at the age of 19, I should have studied. My parents wanted to send me to university, but I said, no, I have this passion for music, and I want to live the dream. So I inscribed into a jazz school. I was studying for 2 years, jazz guitar in Munich. Was very, very happy about it, but after 2 years I realized somehow this is not enough. I want to do more. I went to university and started to study business, international business relations. But this music thing never let loose. While I was studying, and the study were sometimes really, really boring, I was participating in different music projects, cinema, TV, whatever. And when it came to writing my thesis, this virus came again. I had to choose something, and of course I chose the topic of music. I created a model, a computer model, where I wanted to see what are the main aspects to make a song a hit. Is there something that determines if, no matter which song it is, no matter who did it, is there something that can determine that this song becomes a hit? So this thing came out of this curiosity. I always was interested in this music field, and after my studies there was still this passion for it. And this passion leads to the story that I want to tell today. It's a story about sharing this passion. This passion is something that everybody who's doing music shares, no matter if you're in Africa or if you're in Europe. You share this passion for creating something new, and this passion led to the project I'm going to introduce you today. This is Asia. Asia is sitting in Hong Kong. He's French, and he's a musician, a modern musician, home studio musician. You see all the equipment. He has the keyboards, he has a computer, loudspeakers, and with modern technology, he's able to realize his dream of the perfect song. It's beats, it's voice, it's instruments, virtual instruments. It's amazing when you can do what you can do nowadays. 20 years ago it was much harder, but nowadays you can sit alone at home and do some really great stuff. But this is also a musician. This musician is called Big Boss. He's not really big, he's small like that because he's handicapped since he was like 5 years old. He cannot walk, and he's also sharing this passion of creating a perfect song, but the only instrument is his voice and his guitar. He told me one day, you know, even if people don't understand what I'm singing about, because I'm singing in a language that you probably might not understand, I think that they will understand it when through my music. And I think that this is wonderful. I think that's something that describes very well this connection, this passion thing between musicians all over the world who have one goal: to do this thing. Through my musical activities, I've been to very different places. I've met very different people, but there is one place, and you see Africa, there is one place which led to everything that I will tell you about this. It's in Africa, it's in southern equator, it's Inhambane, a small city, a small Portuguese city in Mozambique. Mozambique was a Portuguese colony, and Inhambane, about 50,000 people live there, was the place where I went. It's a very, very great place. You arrive there as a European, and it's mangoes all over the place. They called me Mr. Mango because I was only eating mangoes. The people are really nice. Yeah? You have beautiful beaches. You can fish fresh barracuda, put it on the grill. It's amazing, really. You arrive there, and it's amazing. So it looks really good. But of course, it's not only good, because this is the other side. The other side is that the people are really, really poor, and that there are slums, and that there is no money, there are no jobs. the people don't have a lot. This is it in numbers. This is the GDP. You see, this is Germany, and this is Mozambique. This is not the XX, but this is the development of the GDP in the last 20 years. It's amazing. It's like constant. And there is also the problem of HIV. And so you might be like, when you go there, you might be depressed. But I think one thing that is very interesting and touched me very much is that in Mozambique, it's still a rich country. And it's a still rich country in music, because we're talking about music now. The people there have enormous creativity, and you meet people and musicians all over the place who are taking everything they can to make a sound. I went 2008 first time to Africa. I was studying, I was working after my studies, I was depressed, I had a kind of burnout, family, company. It was a mess. And I wanted to somehow rejoin this field of music that was so important for me. And I went to Mozambique to visit a friend of mine. This guy, Roland Pickel, he went to Africa after he had successfully finished his studies to realize his dream and to play rock and roll. You might think he's completely crazy, because who goes to Africa to play rock and roll there? But Roland did, because he said, I can go there and I can realize my dream and I can play with all these wonderful musicians. I can go to the country where the music, where the rock and rolls comes from, and I can do something there. This is how it looks like. This is Inhambane, amazing. And Roland is a very special person, because when he arrived there, he realized the potential of music, you know, as the people are so, I mean, they love to move, they love to sing, they love to express themselves through music. He thought, how can I use this? And as I told you before, the HIV thing is a very, very big problem in Mozambique. 16 to 20% of the people are infected. And Roland, he developed a concept to brighten up young people with the help of music about the problems of getting infected by HIV. And this is him. He's doing workshops in schools. It's 1 week. I was there. Local stars, music stars are joining them. And that was the first time that I somehow got into contact with this local music scene. It was amazing. Yeah, and as I told you before, when you arrive there as a European, what is so fascinating is that everything moves. We are not used to it. I was hanging out with the band, I was hanging out with Roland, we were having a good time, and when you come to a bar there, you hear music, and then you see people move. And I would like to show you what I mean. Yeah. Can you put it up? Could you put the volume up, please? This is a guy who's beatboxing. You see what happened here? Nothing. Because you were not standing up, you were not singing, you were not clapping your hands, nothing happened. And that is exactly what happens when you come to Africa as a European and somebody is beatboxing or singing there, or a radio is turned on. Everybody starts to dance. Everybody starts to move. And there I realized that there must be enormous creative potential there, you know? Enormous musical potential. And then when I came back last year there, we constructed a studio. This was the first step in somehow, you know, it was on my mind, helping out somehow the people or joining them with the worldwide community, and we built a studio there. It was financed by the money of the UNESCO, and it was in the Casa de Cultura de Inhambane. So we made a proper studio. It took 3 weeks, and on my last day, when I was about to fly home, I met somebody. This is the studio, you see it? I met this guy, and this guy gave birth to this project. This is Paulo Wumo. He rushed in 2 hours before I was flying home, and he said, man, I got this beautiful song. I heard that you're a producer from Austria. Please help me to realize my dream. And I said, Paulo, it's not possible because I have to fly home in 2 hours. But he said, no, please help me. And I would like to show you what I did. Could you please help me out with this? I'm not a good singer, but I will try to show you what he did. He came into the studio and he said, he was singing a song, it goes like this. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Zakuran. Za. That's the song, that's the melody. And we recorded this melody with the help of modern technology. What you did the metronome in the computer. And that's what we did. I went back to Austria, I took the song and I promised him, Paolo, I will help you to realize your dream. I came back and this guy, I gave these tracks to this guy, Michael Neuhauser, a journalist, and he said, I'm going to make a song out of it. He liked the melody very much. And yeah, you will hear what it sounds like now. I was too fast. I came back to Mozambique, and this is Paulo, and I had a finished song in my pocket. You know, he laid some tracks over it, he played piano, guitar, everything, and this is the moment when the song, where the voice came from Africa to Austria, came back as a finished song. Wena ushilu ashanga bilu yamina zakujula lekaya amasiku intamo zakura. I got some technical problems. Yeah. I was telling now too long. I mean, 80 minutes is difficult to somehow get in, but this is where we are now. I mean, after being in Mozambique, seeing that this worked, that the circle somehow got closed, I recorded some voices, people were really happy about somebody could help them out. I took it back to Europe, I made a platform. This is where we are 1 year later. It's 80 people around the world in 20 countries. It's all over Europe, it's in Asia, it's in America, it's in Canada, it's in South Africa. All these people are helping us to make out of a voice a complete song. We have 12 singers who are participating in this project, and we give away these tracks to people who would like to share this moment I was telling about before, this sharing creativity thing. They are very ambitious when they get the voices to do something out of it, and that's really, really beautiful. When I came home, I programmed the platform, I set up everything, you know, I was completely alone. I was in the studio in Mozambique, I was recording the voices, I had to look for people who would sing. I was like playing with my contacts there, and so I gathered 12 voices who really would like to share their dreams and their initial musical idea with the world. And I came home, made the home site, I contacted people, I was telephoning with people all over the world, and I said, come on, you must be part of this, because this is something very special. It's not about money, it's not about anything other else, it's just about sharing and putting together some creativity, and he gives the voice, you give the music, and together something very beautiful can develop. And what is also amazing is that this is like everybody who has joined this project is like, he says, wow. Because usually, you know, because of modern technology, people can sit alone at home and they can do a song. But the problem is this voice is missing. And in Africa, you don't have computers, you don't have this modern technology, you don't have to know how to use it. So we can like put these people together. Inspiration from a different part of the world, putting together with know-how, knowledge, and also this excitement to make something together. I think that's a very beautiful idea. And all the people that are participating in this are like, they say, wow. Yeah, this is the homepage I was talking about before. And now, you know, it started with this one song, then was this homepage, but we have a bigger idea. We would like to go one step further, because we would like to build a platform, that's what we are doing right now, where the creativity does not only flow from one side to the other, but also backwards. That means today we have a voice that comes from unprivileged artists in an underdeveloped country. That's a beautiful thing. But on the other side, we have producers who are sitting at home alone, maybe lack of inspiration, maybe they exactly need the voice because they have the song and they have the technology. And after they have remixed a song by a 17-year-old or a 20-year-old that they really love, they called me, they sent me emails, they had the idea, but why shouldn't I send something that I created down to the guy who loves, that I love anyway, and then he can participate like in the other direction. That means then he gives his voice over it. And this is exactly what we are doing now. We are building this platform that should unify all the processes that are necessary to put this all together. If it's data, if it's information flow, whatever, build this platform so people can do projects like this, and not only here in Inhambane, but also maybe in the Congo, or also maybe in South America, who knows? We are creating this tool that should enable this.
Super total, gostei, tá doce.
Essa aqui está boa. Gostei. Essa tá super total.
Nice, altamente.
Tanto sofrimento na nossa moçambicanidade, que deserto é aquele que não parece ter a liberdade de ter água planta para saciar com frequentidade. Isto é ser me consome com profundidade, com hexagonidade, muita rigorosidade. Inhambane é terra de sonho, Inhambane é terra de história, Inhambane é terra onde nasci, juro jamais eu esquecerei. Inhambane é terra onde nasci, juro jamais eu te esquecerei. Minha vida é uma revista elaborada pelos...
You are the first persons on this planet who saw this video. This is the reaction when the people who are participating in this project, the singers, were hearing their songs that came back as a voice and then finally produced. They were hearing it for the first time, and we made this exclusive shooting with a Nikon camera, and I didn't even show it to the remixers who were like doing the music, but you're the first one who saw this. This is like really real. These people were sitting there listening to the music that came back, and their dream was fulfilled of a song. And I would like to finish with what our remixers say about this project.
I think that what you have here is great opportunity for people of different worlds to share the most universal language, music. And I would love to have the chance to remix one of these songs. This is so amazing. I'm truly moved by everything you guys are doing and getting their stories and musical vision out there for the world to hear. I really admire this project that you are doing and would love to help out more. But I am able to help these artists realize their dreams by building songs around their sounds and visions.
And the last one.
I'm deeply fascinated by this project, and I felt absolute joy when listening to all the tracks. You have really discovered excellent talent which otherwise would have been unheard.
I hope you like it. We are working on realizing dreams, and if you want to join us, just go to this address. Thank you very much.